Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today we have got two games for you, Barcelona and Athletico Madrid. Two massive and tough games coming up, but hopefully we can get a job done. Since you were last here, things have been going pretty well actually, I've got to say. 3 wins, 2 losses. It's been alright, but it's been good for us in terms of league table and things like that. So we start off with the first game that we played off camera. That was the Valencia game, a 3-2 victory there. It was looking pretty tight until their man got sent off in the 70th minute, allowed her to score 2 goals, and Santamina scored a consolation goal for Valencia late on, but it was too late, too late then. We managed to pick up a 3-2 win. Next up, we played Deportivo La Coruña, a 2-0 loss there away from home. Wasn't the best performance, but Deportivo doing very well this season. They're up there in the Europa League spots right now, so they're a good side at the moment, and probably should have beaten us. They deserve to win that game, basically. And we followed it up with a 1-0 loss to Villarreal, a team sort of around our level at the moment, around us in the table. It was one of those games that was going to be won by 1 goal either way. It was very cagey and things like that, and they managed to get their 1 goal in the 52nd minute to make sure they won it. However, we did come back though with a 1-0 win over Getafe. David Cameron scoring the only goal of that game to make sure we picked up all 3 points. And we followed it up with a 3-0 win over Real San Sebastian, Real Sociedad. Junior Ruiz, Alexander Berdeke and Nicolas Dorsch all getting the goals. They're all midfielders getting the goals there, which is good to see. So the good team performance, that one. Really strong performance from the boys, so I was happy with that one, especially because Real Sociedad are a pretty decent side. What that means for the league table then, well, I will show you what it means for it. We currently sit 8th in the table, although other teams around us have played games. So a win today would put us up to 7th, which is pretty good. We're already 4 points off those Europa League places with Deportivo La Coruña sitting, so the win against them could have put us up there, which is a little bit annoying. Seville also up there. They're 7 points clear of us now, so I don't think we can really catch them too much with there's only 8 games left of the season, 9 games including this one against Barcelona. That would be tough. So our biggest bet of getting European football is taking over Tenerife or Deportivo in the league standings. Other than that, no real news at the moment. As we look it down here, Maksimovic is now in his rehabilitation phase. So he's got 2 months left of his injury, but he's on the orange thing now. So he's in his rehab phase now. And where is he? Borja Fernandez also is apparently returning to training tomorrow, so we may see him for the Atletico game, but I highly doubt it. Berke Urza also about 2 to 4 weeks to be back, so he might be back for the end of the season. But Juan Carlos has been doing pretty well, actually, to be fair to him. He's not been as bad as I thought he was going to be, so we'll leave him aside for now. All that being said then, let's get this game against Barcelona kicked off. We're sticking with our sort of diamond or triangle formation. I don't know what it is really. But Juan Carlos starts in goal. A pretty usual back four of Varela, Chaletakar, George and David Cameron. Dorsch, Sanset and Ruiz sit in that midfield trio with Adzic on the left, Rollheister on the right, and the boy Anthony Lozano up front. Right, let's get this game kicked off then. Barcelona kick it off for us. And obviously, they're top of the table, battling with Real Madrid, both on 72 points, you can see just there. So they are desperate for the win today to make sure they can get their title hopes back. I say back, just cement the title hopes, I suppose, by being a few points ahead of Real Madrid. However, we want European football next season, and we're doing a pretty good job of trying to get there right now as Rollheiser comes forward. Lozano shot, I think, off the post, or was it a save? It was one of the two. It was very close. I think it would have hit the post if it wasn't saved by ter Stegen's. But that was a decent little play to open the game up with. That's encouraging. Now, of course, today it's Regen Day at some point. Second half of March is when the Spanish Regens come out. And it's not happened yet. So it will happen in between this game and the Atletico Madrid game because we've got international breaks. It's like 2 weeks off. So it will happen at some point in there. And we can take a good look at these Regens and see that we've got some more gems coming through, hopefully. In the meantime, though, Barcelona coming forward through Diarra in the middle of the pitch. Sergio on the ball, back to Dembele now, Ousmane Dembele, and into Fabinho, who has managed to open the scoring for Barcelona, and just like that, their only shot of the game so far has gone on the back of the net. I think I sound a bit weird today. I only woke up, I don't know, half an hour ago or something like that. I'm sleeping a lot at the moment. It's a bit weird, like at least 10 hours like every night. It's a little bit weird. I'm not quite sure why, but apparently I must need it if I'm sleeping that well constantly. As Sanset brings the equaliser, assisted by Nicolas Dorsch. Sanset from the edge of the area puts it into the bottom of the net. I wonder if he sleeps 10 hours a night. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure they will do after a game like this. After playing 90 minutes of hard football, I bet they will sleep a good 10 hours a night. I'm probably talking absolute crap here, but yeah, okay. Barcelona looking to reply to our goal as Dembele comes forward. Dorsch with a huge tackle there, the ball-winning midfielder, out towards Adzic, who puts it forward towards Lozano, who's in behind the defence now to make it 2. He hits the post. It is the second time he's hit the woodwork this game. He's been very unlucky. That could have been a fantastic goal, but actually, we're playing really, really well today against Barcelona. Look at these stats. I mean, that was a very, very good first half, I've got to say. I mean, nothing really much happened after I was talking about the stats and things like that. But I've got to say, we have been a better side. But I would say happy with the performance out there. Keep it up out there. Everyone looks delighted with that, which is really, really good to see. Lots of green. It probably won't do anything. It never really does. But it makes me feel happy. We might have a chance, actually, early in this second half as Lozano picks the ball up into Adzic, who's in behind the defence, squeezes it past Ander to Tegan, and 20 seconds into this second half, we are 2-1 up against league leaders Barcelona, who are not league leaders anymore. They drop down behind Real Madrid now as we take the win right now. If we can hold on for the rest of this half and beat Barcelona, I think that's the first time we'll have beaten Barcelona in this series. And it will go such a long way to trying to secure us European football for next season. This could be the make or break game as Lozano shot from distance goes in the back. We're in absolute dreamland right now. Lozano finally gets his goal after hitting the post twice. He's been desperate for that, hunting it down. He's played very well actually in the recent few games. He's not really scored that many, if at all actually. I think he did score at all in the last 5 games or so. But he's been playing very well, creating a lot of things like that. And he deserves that goal today and his assist as well, of course. Barcelona now looking for a reply, but you know, I mean, if any team's going to get it, it's Barcelona, isn't it? Eden Hazard on the ball. Kaleta out to Fabinho. And somehow, number 12. Who's number 12 for them? I mean, I assume it's probably someone like Suarez or something like that. But he's put it wide. Now, we've got international break actually after this. So it's 2 weeks off. So I don't have to make subs. So, because I'm very reluctant to change things. When we're winning things like this, I'm reluctant to change. The only candidate at the moment would be Jean Ruiz, who's on a 6.8. Everyone else playing very, very well out there. Interestingly, Messi wasn't playing, actually, looking at that. He just come on as a sub. He's also out of contract at the end of this summer. End of this season, rather. I have already tried to offer him a contract, and he's already turned me down. So, make of that what you will. I literally cannot believe this. We are about to thump Barcelona 3-1 as the clock ticks down to 3. There's been no highlights in the second half apart from our 2 goals, essentially. Look at that. No highlights at all. Which is perfect for me. I love that. You know, no highlights mean that they can't score goals, which is perfect. As Juan Carlos punts the ball at the pitch, it is full time. Get this: Oviedo 3, Barcelona 1. I mean, what a result that was! What a result that was. We moved to 7th in the table now, which is pretty good going, I've got to say. Where is the table? Yeah, up to 7th, 1 point behind Deportivo. We're now 4 points behind Seville. All got the same amount of games played. So, I mean, we're 9 points behind Villarreal in the Europa League spots, and they've still got a game to play. So, I mean, Champions League's out of the question, obviously. It always was, really. Always was. But these two, well, technically, we could be in the Europa League space now, actually, because I think that, where are they? Bilbao down in 14th have to play Barcelona in the cup final, I believe. That's not happened yet, have they? It's not happened yet. So whatever happens there, if Barcelona win it, then we get a Europa League place in 7th. If Bilbao win it, then they get it, and we have to come in the 5th or 6th. Right, it's 2 weeks off, an international break for Athletico Madrid now, and that just takes a long time to get through. So I'll let you know when the Regens come in, take a look at them, analyse them, and then get to the Madrid game. It's very late this year, but it is finally here now, right at the end of March. Regen Day, and apparently Fermin Martin is meant to be the most gifted player to have come through the ranks in recent years, or one of the most gifted players. Bernardo Guemi and Jose Enrique Falcon is also meant to be pretty decent out there. So, I mean, hopefully, we'll have some decent players. In recent years, you've had really good wingers and really good goalkeepers come through. So, I'd love to have a very good, and good defenders as well, actually, good central defenders. So, I'd like to have like some fullbacks, central midfielders, and a decent striker to come through. So, let's view the team quickly, sort it by potential. There's one. Okay, that's good. This is good. I'm liking this. Again, we seem to have some very, very strong Regen days, to be fair. Jonathan Cano looks to be the best potential-wise, and he's a left-back, which is what I said I wanted, a full-back or something. So, Jonathan Cano looking the best right now. Very good. Oh, I love that determination. That is beautiful. Some decent stats on him. Nothing stand out apart from determination, really. He's got some decent physicals as well. Only 15 years old, so of course he's going to get much better. And beautifully can play fully green, defensive fullback, wingback, and fullback. I like that. The next best was Fermin Martins, another centre-back, which is good. We seem to have some decent centre-backs coming through. So, yeah, central defender on defend. Where they matter, his stats are pretty decent, to be fair. Again, some alright physicals. Determination a little bit low, but we can get it up when he gets shooting and things like that, I'm sure. Interestingly, can play centre mid as well, a little bit, and left back. So, a little bit more versatility. We may train him to do, I would say left back actually. He's right footed. And then that's not left back, that's right back, isn't it? That's even better then. We can maybe get him training to be a right back as well. Then we have that really good left back. Then we can have him as a right back. We've got Ngoiba and Diaz as centre backs. It's shaping up nicely. He's actually the best player as well. 1.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential. So the best player currently, but Jonathan Cano seems to have a better potential. We'll do these next two then. Arturo Silva, a striker, which is what we wanted. 4-star current ability. He's got good finishing already. 12 finishing is decent. His physicals need to be worked on quite a bit, actually, if I'm being honest with you there. But decent work rate. Determination is pretty decent as well. Nothing we can't improve with tutoring and things like that. So that's all right. I'm liking this. Advanced forward is what we're good. A target man, he's very, very tall. He is very tall. So again, we'll probably train him to be more of a target man than anything. He's got some good jumping reach and things like that. So I'm liking this. Decent player. And then finally, we'll look at Gerardo Martinez, the other 4-star potential player. Centre midfielder is what we wanted. Again, another central midfielder, another playmaker. Of course, everyone wants to be playmakers, but he's got some decent stats where they matter. Good vision, I like that. His first touch is pretty good as well. We may train him up to do maybe advanced playmaker as well, because we like to have him maybe both. But I'm liking this. This is a very, very good youth intake, I've got to say. Maybe not as strong as other ones we've had. Other ones we've had some really, real strong ones. But I've got to say, this is pretty decent. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'll tell you what I need to do. I need to go through all our regens and start to build a side that we've got right now with players and potential for the future. Ones that have come through Oviedo specifically. I reckon that could be cool. Now, the board, very kindly, would like to discuss the potential of extending my contract. Well, I think that is a fantastic idea, and I would love to do that. Also, while we're thinking about regens and things like that, we haven't improved our facilities. Well, we have. We haven't requested anything else this season, though. So, what we're going to do right now, this very second, is look at how... Where am I looking? Here, this is where I'm looking. Facilities. Right, we currently have exceptional junior coaching, well-established youth recruitment, great training facilities, and excellent youth facilities. So that's all pretty good. But, of course, we want better. So we're going to make a board request to improve youth facilities. Please do that. They've said yes straight away. Fantastic stuff. We'll do the same thing again for training facilities. Can we do that, please? And again, I love the board. They love it. And I would ask for better junior coaching, things like that, but we can't do that just yet because I have those two things accepted. So in a couple of weeks' time, I'll come back and ask for those as well. 5 million and nearly 4 million. That's a lot of money to be spending. It's basically 9 million we're spending on facilities there. But it's all going to be worth it when we get massively good regens and things like that. Alright, then we can accept that current vision there. Nothing's changed. We've still got developed players using the club's youth system, sign young players for the first team. Accept that current vision. New contract comes in 13k per week. I'm currently on 11. 13 is fine with me. And if anything, I'd drop it. I usually drop it down to as low as I can, really, to save money and things like that. But I'm not too fussed anything, so we'll accept that contract. I've got a new 3-year deal, which is fantastic stuff. So hopefully I won't get sacked, because hopefully it'll be too expensive to sack me. We'll find out. So we're finally here now at the Athletico Madrid game, and seeing as we played so well last game against Barcelona, I'm sticking with the lineup. I'm not changing a thing. I'm sticking with this lineup, and we're going to go for it. Right, kickoff is upon us for this final game of the episode. Adzic on the ball early on, and he's been absolutely fantastic this season, Adzic. Really, really good. He's not been called up to the Serbian national side yet, and I was asked in the press conference, should he be? And I was like, yes. So hopefully he will do soon. It's 2021, so no international tournaments this summer, but hopefully by next summer he'll be playing in the World Cup. So again, Atletico, decent side. They're also in the top 4, but that doesn't faze us. We beat Barcelona, who were top of the table at the time. So playing against 4th place Atletico Madrid, surely it's going to be a training session, essentially, as Ruiz on the edge of the area has a shot just wide of the mark, unfortunately. So looking around for other games that are played around us, it looks like Real San Sebastian now play the same amount of games as right now, but they're still 4 points behind us, which is... They're still 4 points behind us, which is good. So it doesn't look like we're going to get overtaken by Real Sociedad in the very, very near future, as we've nearly scored at the other end of the pitch. Deportivo still on 46 points as well, but they've not played yet. So we'll just go on the assumption that they will win their game because they're a decent side. It's getting nervy. Obviously, last season we finished 8th, just outside of the European places. And I didn't really expect us to be here this season. I thought we'd be more mid-table, like 10th, 11th, 12th sort of position, rather than being up in 7th right now with 8 games to go. And we may, it might change as Oviedo scores for Atletico Madrid there. That may hinder us a little bit. I mean, after this game, there's 7 games left this season, and we have to play our hearts out in every single one of those games. Otherwise, it is game over for European football next season, which would be amazing to get. I'd love to have it as Oviedo literally scores a clone of the goal he just scored. I mean, how do we go from playing amazingly well against Barcelona to now being 2-0 down within half an hour against Atletico Madrid and being outclassed in every sector? Another chance for them now. Koke in towards Griezmann. Cleared though, but only as far as Wendell, which sounds like a Pokemon. I don't know. He does sound like a Vieto's hat-trick. Okay. Oh, he was offside. That's fine. It's fine. He was offside. There's still a chance for us to claw ourselves back in this game. George now with the free kick out towards David Cameron, in towards Rollheiser, back towards Sunset in the middle of the park. Trying to just pass our way forward now. Trying to beat them with the passing. Varela is going to beat them by passing all the way back to Juan Carlos, who he actually has been all right, I suppose. I'm probably doubting him a bit too much. He has conceded 2 goals today, but we have won more games than we've lost since he's been in goal, which is good. As Adzic brings it back to 2-1 now. David Cameron's cross onto the head of Luka Adzic, who puts it in at the far post past Kepa, the goalkeeper. I'm going to go aggressive at half-time, actually. I expect to see a much better showing from them in the second half. Everyone looks fired up, which is good to see. Hopefully they'll be fired up enough to score 2 goals. To be fair, we could be seeing it right now as Adzic gets a cross in towards Lozano very early on, saved by Kepa. It was straight at him really, but a decent little chance there from the first highlight of the second half there. Almost very similar to the goal we scored against Barcelona. Atletico though trying to answer with Pavon putting a cross in to Vietto again. Cleared, and it has been properly cleared by Varela as Lozano just heads it on to nobody. And Atletico can come forward again through Saul now, who passes it out towards Ramirez, into Vietto, into Griezmann. We're going to make some changes out there. Rollheiser has played really, really poorly, so Cantel's going to come on, although he's quite tired. He played under 19s the other day. I'm going to bring Diaz on for Lozano as well. They're the 2 that we'll make right now. We may bring Acosta on for Varela in 10 minutes time or something like that, but I want to change things up front first. Although doing that right now has actually done nothing to the game right now, so we will bring Acosta on for Varela. Maybe they'll have an impact now as Sunset puts the ball forward towards Diaz on the edge of the area, puts it in towards Adzic, who I thought he put it wide for a moment then, but Adzic gets his second of the game now. Diaz with the assist, and then you know what, we're going to encourage them in these last 15 minutes of the game. If we can grab a draw from this, that would be sensational. Time is against us though, but we do have a highlight right now. The goal kick looking pretty good for us as Sunset now wins the ball in their half, although his ball forward was not great and Jimenez gets on the end of it. And Vietto coming forward looking for his hat-trick, nearly gets it. The clock really is ticking down now. It's going to be now or never to get the draw. We've had enough chances, actually, I've got to say. We've had enough decent chances to try and win something from this game, try and get a point at least. I think we probably deserve a point, if I'm honest with you. I think losing today's game is harsh on the boys. They have played well up there, I've got to say. I'll go aggressive anyway, because it's this time of the season that we have to be winning games, so I've got to be harsh on them, I think. So we have to be winning these kind of games if we want European football. But we have lost it 3-2. Adzic, the shining player for us. I'm going to go assertively, actually. I'm not happy with the performance out there. They all look fired up, and that's what I want to see. I want to see fired up players going into these final few games of the season. Right, next episode then is going to be the final 2 league games of the season. Real Betis and Athletic Bilbao, our old nemesis, Athletic Bilbao, on the last day of the season. Oh my God, if they stop us from getting European football, then I'm going to hate them even more than I already do. Right, well, thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have done, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time for the final episode of Season 4 of The Real Deal.